Hey there, friendlies. How is up? Welcome to, excuse me, the 28th of January episode of the live stream. We will go for as long as we can, but I'm feeling pretty damn under the weather. So, apologies in advance if I just heard or anything like that. The way I'm supposed to start these off is, hey there, friendlies. Welcome to the Bevies, Blades, and Bushcraft live stream where we have bevies, we have blades, and we sometimes talk about bushcraft. If you are watching us, time shifted to tomorrow or next week or whatevs. Thank you for your eyes. Thank you for the comments down in the doobly-doo below the video. It does make me feel really good knowing that you're interacting with my content, even though you cannot interact live here. Speaking of interacting live here, we're going to see who's kicking back with us. But before that, if at any point tonight you absolutely adore what you're seeing, I invite you to slap that smiley thumb. If at any point tonight you really don't like what's happening and kind of hate it, that's all right. The frowny thumb works just as well. And if you would like to take a more active role in keeping the lights on around here, as several in the side chat already have, then I invite you to check out the join button. You do a little right click on that thing, open it in another tab, and there you will see the 2 tiers of membership and what each tier gets you for your hard-earned dollars or pounds or francs or euros or whatever. So who is kicking back with us on this night of nights? Holy crap, look who is first. Mr. Serge. How you doing? How you doing, Serge? And that was at like 7:33. I set this stream up early tonight because I figured that if I set it up, I was gonna not be able to come up with an excuse to just go to bed. So I think he probably popped in right after I hit the schedule button. He'll be back later to ignore all the hellos. Fair enough. Wow, Russell was popping in early as well. It was popping off before the fact. Russell is a channel hero, by the way. And Serge is a channel mod. Actually, Russell's a channel mod as well. So 2 mods. Yes, Marcus, it is Tuesday already. And a fine Tuesday it is. It was cold and it's been really windy, like windy enough that all like the planters we have on the front porch, just forget it, man. Great big mess, knocked over completely. We got Chris in the house. Where is Chris tonight? Marcus, will you come down to Florida and get your buddy David and take him home? He's making it snow at my place. We're just sharing the love, man. We're just sharing the love. Chris is also a channel mod. There's Grace popping in. Man, you guys were all in like early. I mean, it warms the cockles of my heart to see, but still, I didn't stand a chance on, you know. David said, stop using my name in vain or I'll make it snow some more. See, spreading the love. We're very giving, us Canadians. Destiny. Hi, Destiny. I'm just popping a little. There we go. Just dealing with the computer here, guys. Just dealing. I'm coping. Christy popping in, saying hi to me and to everyone. You guys should know that Christy is a channel hero. Excuse me. That's what that little icon means. Chris is in Atlanta tonight. I believe that it would be in Georgia. I think. Christy's asking Chris, it works, if he's on his way home or on his way away from home. Going home. I had this is a Canadiana thing, but I was scoping the TikTok during the 30 seconds that all the Americans were gone. So I was suddenly seeing all this like international content, and I came across a guy with a big old beard and an acoustic guitar doing the most soulful rendition of the Littlest Hobo theme song. I was just like, this is excellent content. And it's just Chris reminded me of that because he's going home, and the lyrics of the theme song are a little bit about being a hobo. Oh, yeah, Country Boy. Hi, how's it going, Country Boy? Country Boy is a channel hero and a channel mod, so be nice. He's in full house right from the get-go. I think it's because you guys just knew that Jesse's not feeling well. We got to make it worth his while. Oh, Christy, they finally got rain down there after 150 days of that. I keep telling you, the only time I've ever been in Arizona and Nevada, I'm just trying to think if it was one day. It was just pouring. And it was the day we were driving to the Grand Canyon. And when we got there, the rain had stopped, and there was this beautiful sort of petrichor smell. But man, on the way there, it was pouring. We stopped in at a little dépanneur, or whatever you call a dépanneur outside Quebec, a little, store attached to a gas station. I was buying some, I don't know, bottles of water or some damn thing, and I said, "So, does it always rain like this in November?" I think we were there in November, or are we just lucky? And he goes, "Man, it hasn't rained in 100 days." So, I believe you, Christy, completely. Serge is back. How's it going, Serge? How you doing? I'm just popping on down because it just jumps and I'm trying to figure out where I am. Christy is very tired tonight. Not sure why. You've been not sleeping well? Is Mark Davidson popping in? Hello, usual suspects. Mark, are you the one who I just... Hold on a second. Oh. Federal judge temporarily blocks Trump's budget freeze. Why is my phone telling me about that? Somebody... I'm just checking if I had this conversation with Mark earlier today, or if I am completely... Yeah. Can I talk about that bourbon discussion we had, Mark, without showing, although it's your exact name, but can I tell them about that little convo we had? It's been a long week for me, man. I worked a half a day today. Oh, thanks, Mark. Okay, I'll bring it up then. I worked a half day today and just nope. I just clocked out. I had a very large project to finish. So I did that. I sent out my my completion email. And was like, you know what? Sayonara. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to bed. Which was the right thing to do, because I still don't feel well, but I don't feel as dismal as I did earlier today. And there's something going around because a couple of a couple of the people in my department have been very sick lately. I'm not very sick. I'm not feeling like I'm going to die or anything like that. I'm just feeling kind of under the weather, and like I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice, but and I had some wicked tummy fires for the first part of the day. So yeah, Mark. I'm not going to give you guys Mark's like geographical details, but he is in an area where he can see some bourbon distilleries if he does a little bit of traveling. And he was talking about the Buffalo Trace distillery and how they usually have this thing. Mark, fact check me as I say this, okay? Because I'm going completely off of what you wrote, and I didn't memorize it. Buffalo Trace used to have like one, like an allocated brand available every day. Today it's this one, and then if you go back tomorrow, it's that one. And I think you could have like one bottle. No, you can buy one allocated bottle every 3 months. I think it was every 90 days. Um, when the whiskey bubble was in full form. Um, then he said, before Thanksgiving, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's American Thanksgiving, the November one, right? They would have two of the allocated brands each day. And the 90-day rule would be suspended. And then he said that even one day they had all of the allocated brands for sale. And now you can buy a case of Buffalo Trace at a time. And so he's saying that, like, it used to be you couldn't get in the place, and now it ain't that crowded. And even though prices haven't come down or anything, he's saying that he's been seeing some news stories about the bourbon boom being over, and it sure looks like it to me. I've been talking about this for like 2 or 3 years, that the whiskey bubble has to break. It absolutely has to break. The sad part about that is some brands that some of us love are going to disappear or end up bought. I mean, a lot of these brands are owned by other brands anyway, but and a lot of collectors are going to be left holding the bag. Like all these guys who have like a storage room full of Blantons, because Blantons is not a worth what people tend to spend, shall we say, but it's like horse on the top. Collectors have decided that that is the word I'm looking for is say attirant, not an attractive brand. I'm a desirable brand, and so prices in non regulated areas on Blanton's, and on Pappy can be very high because collectors are ruining it for the rest of us. And some of these guys are going to get left holding the bag. I don't see prices coming down either, Mark. In fact, they've gotten stupid. I've already said to you guys, I think probably ad nauseum, that I'm never going to buy a Lagavulin 16 again. It's priced way beyond what it's worth in terms of production value. But when like 10% of the companies disappear, we might see the prices come down to a more reasonable area, a more reasonable zone. God, with the language, prices might start to come down. Because when companies start to disappear, things start to correct a little bit. Excuse me. Sean in Alaska is here. How you doing, Sean? You're here for the drumming? No, I don't have the drum anymore. What I would like to do is record a 1 minute drumming soundtrack and have that with my little nature sounds, just to bring the drumming back in some way. I just find that the this new app I'm using gives me some freedom that the other one didn't. But yeah, should that be a poll? Do you think that should be a poll? Just let me remember how to do a poll. Start a poll. Should Jesse record drumming for the intro? Wow, my typo game is strong tonight. There we go. Start the poll. I will leave it up until like what, 10 o'clock? Somebody remind me at 10 o'clock. Poll. That'll probably be Christy. Yes, nice to see you, Sean. Blue Blankly is blue. Oh, Blue Blanky is in the house. Yes, it is. This I'm trying not to because my skin is so soft that like what Russell keeps complaining about is me like this stuff here, like hear that? That's just my dry ass skin. So I'm trying not to touch it tonight because I know it drives Russell crazy. But yes, blue blankie is in the house. It's a comfort thing. I'm just gonna skip by everyone saying hi to each other because oh, except there's Hike with Mike. How you doing, Mike? I hope all is well in La Floride ce soir. Hope the weather's good. We got Charles and Annie. I hope it's nice where you are as well. It's probably a lot warmer than it is here right now. A low of minus 16 or minus 17 today. That's in degrees Canadian, obviously, not degrees freedom. But yeah, nice to see you guys popping in. Christy is saying unto Russell that she hopes he's feeling better. I do as well. He's been dealing with some pain. Hey, there we go. We got Shawnee in the house. I'm just making sure that I'm not missing something here. Okay. I just got completely lost. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. All right. And also, Shawnee is doing the God's good works by reminding people to do that thumbs up thing. Destiny is telling Marcus to put pics of Echo and Quattro on the Discord, if he's okay with that. I know I would be okay with that, because I'd like to look at them. Am I, like, really... Yeah, okay, I'm getting behind. I'm gonna sort of try to catch up just a wee bit. Yes, it's serious. Just as the blank on. Use guys. You use guys. Yeah, I told them I'm working from home tomorrow because I don't want to spread whatever the hell this is. Everyone's just saying hi. Just saying hi. Everybody. Destiny says, Kilted Commando is here and his wood stove is up and running and his cabin looks awesome. The cabin really looks nice. I like that kitchen. Wood stove, I'm just envious about. I like the kitchen. We got to do some work in our kitchen. I mean, we only had that kitchen built like like a decade ago, but they just don't make them like they used to. I'd like to have actual wooden cabinet doors. This, I don't know what they call this sort of plasticky thing that everyone makes them out of now. Just there's no longevity there. Mike says it's finally warmer again in Florida, the harbinger of spring. Oh, robins have arrived. Nice. Do love me some robins. So the catalyst that had me putting bird feeders in my backyard and like having a camera with a long lens in the solarium and everything was I was sitting in my pool and a cardinal landed on the other side of the pool. And I'd never noticed a cardinal in my backyard before. And I was enchanted by this thing. It was, just doing his cardinal thing. And I was like, I don't want this guy to leave. Oh, obviously it did, but it's like, what kind of birds have I not noticed? Next thing you know, I'm a typical post 50 white guy. I've got 3 bird feeders up. I've got a camera, big honkin' 300 millimeter lens. I'm getting all a flutter. I was like, ooh, I saw a nuthatch. I was like, because of a cardinal. Sean's got an awesome fire going on right now. Nice. I support that. I'm jealous, but I support it. David is the snow hammer. We must make sure that does not get forgotten. That has to remain. The snow hammer. Yeah, Destiny, me too. Whoops. Me too. I'm jealous. I'm also jealous. Yeah. Snow hammer. I love it. And I'm gonna try and work that into conversation as quickly as possible. So at work, I created this Teams channel for word nerds, and so like what I've done is I've posted a few of the rats definitions from that dictionary of forgotten sorrows that I've told you guys about, and someone else posted a definition of a Victorian term, I think, called uh-oh, oh no, I broke the seal. A term which is to get the morbs, which means to have sort of a um to feel kind of down about something. And so I've been trying to figure out how the hell to get, to say I've got the morbs. I got to fit that into conversation somehow. Got the morbs. Man, it's so cozy, Christy. God damn it, mister. Looks like the storm and outages did not affect Serge and me. So our power flickered, but we didn't lose power. The patterns of power outage in this town are so confusing because the other side of the street will all be black, like just dark. The street next to us will all be dark. Like we'll be surrounded by dark, and our side of the street will be lit up from here down to the corner. This is apparently related to the fact that this little piece of street is on the same circuit as a hospital a few streets over. But we do lose power a lot. I mean, there are things up with the grid here, let me tell you. So it says, don't do anything stupid or else you won't be banned, but David will make it snow where you live. The ban hammer. The snow hammer. Oh, it's been 160 days. Yeah, okay. That's a long ass time. How late am I? I'm still really late. Okay, I'm going to try to jump ahead a little bit. Shawnee would like some snow. Send some down to Minnesota. Okay. Serge says he's surprised he didn't lose power last night. It was windy, man. I am shocked that we did not lose power because the wind was something else. It was many kilometers an hour. No, Chris, it's just me, which is good because it would suck if everyone in the house was sick at the same time. That's terrible. Christy loves her some Buffalo Trace. Sorry about the yawning. Tabernouche. David says, 22 watching and 11 thumbs up. Hit the like button or else the snow hammer will strike. He says, bourbon sprawl. That is amazing. Oh, that's a quotable quote. I've got to work that into conversation. Bourbon sprawl. Marcus is asking David if he's ready to come back to the warm state yet. Holy crap. Why'd you do that? $100 for the rabbit hole Derringer. Oh. Yeah, I should do the same thing because we might do the same. I will go and find it then. Thank you, mister. I will go and find it. And I'm almost out of dry January. So if I can find that bottle before February 1st, that'll be the one that I come out of dry January with. Because that's one thing I was going to ask tonight. What bottle do you guys think I should use to celebrate a successful dry January? Where, by the way, I have lost almost 4 pounds. So I would like to just point out that if you do lower your alcohol intake, you might lose a few pounds. I'm not exactly going to become a teetotaler, but it's nice to actually see some action on the weight. It's really nice to see a little weight go down, even if it's only 4 pounds, because I've been feeling really terrible about myself because I've been fighting. Yes, Destiny, I agree. That is fabulous. And so if I can find the bottle, I'll buy it. And first thing I'll do is I'll send you a snap. I'll say, look what I got. And it's the Derringer specifically, right? Because if it's anything like the rabbit hole I have, it's going to be fabulous. I cannot believe how much I like the, what the hell's the name of the one that I have? It's the one that's a lower price than that one. But yes, I will make that happen. There we go. Fine show there, oh boy. Fine show there, oh boy. Well, um, yes, I just saw it. I just saw it, Destiny. Russell thinks I should do a bass line for the intro a la Seinfeld. I know what you're talking about. I am convinced that that was keyboard bass, though. I mean, who cares, right? I mean, it's still a recognizable bass line. Country Boy says, I like the drums, bring them back. I think that tells me that Country Boy has voted on my poll. Wait, what? On a loincloth? It's an Irish drum. It's not like a loincloth drum. 85 here. So I think we've already established that I am terrible at this, but is that like in the low 30s in Celsius? That is not an ancient proverb, Destiny. Where there are drums, there must be loincloths. It's a different kind of drum. It's not. That's not an Irish war drum you're talking about. Jesus, Country Boy, don't promote that kind of behavior. David, I do not want to see that. I'm 100 pounds too heavy for that. Country Boy says, I love the arrival of the Robins, but their song drives me nuts. Really? I love it. I do love it. But I mean, I like any kind of nature sounds coming in my windows, like, and I don't get a lot of them. I heard something really great on CBC does like a call-in show daily, and what they were talking about, like they have one or two guests on, and then people can call in. And what they were talking about was urban wildlife, about how they have this whole project, this whole program of getting people to just notice urban wildlife because it helps to lower sort of your blood pressure and stuff. There's like real benefit to interacting in any way, just looking at wildlife. And the whole thing about this program is that it's not take an extra 15 minutes out of your day to go look at trees. It's as you walk about your day, keep an eye out. And even something as small as noticing a plant growing up through a sidewalk, it counts, like in tiny little ways, all these little tiny bits of seeing and just enjoying something green and growing. Or 3 weeks ago now, I'm driving to my mom's, and on the street that mine sort of crosses, uh, snowy out, sort of that kind of snow that the wind blows across. It looks like it's going in waves across the road, and I saw a hare calmly bopping across the street. I had no idea we had hares in this neighborhood. No idea. I spent the night thinking about that hare because I was like, wow, I feel privileged seeing that. That's so cool. Anyways, it was a really cool show. Um, and I would like to sort of make that the theme of one of my Tuesday nights coming up. Thinking about discussing those kinds of things. Everything just jumped because we're right back to It's Serious. Jesse is the blankie on. God damn it. Yeah, this is like, why does it do this? Why? Let me just try and find it. Find it. Find where we are, I meant. What you got to be like that? Why you got to be hating, Tech? Ah, Shawnee says, woohoo, 4 pounds. Yep. Really jazzed about it. I'm as happy as a pig in shift. Hey, Beto's here. How you doing? How you doing, Beto? How's the weather down there? Shawnee says, I gained 20 this winter. Gardening season will take care of that. I gained some over Christmas for damn sure. But I've been kind of having victories and defeats on the weight front for a couple of years now. Yeah, it. Oh. Homie says Raspberry Rock should rap over the drums. Yo, I'm a survivor. I built a fire. Oh, the super chat. The super tramp. What? David says, how's the plumbing? I hope you're talking about his cabin. Crumbs. Russell went to the exact same place that oh no. I thought he was going the same place I did, but I'm mistaken. God, I'm such a child. There should be a time limit on, but it's just sitting there. I think it's because the limit is really long when it's something that high, because the line on it is just moving really, really slowly. David's like, so does country girl, does city girl like the running water? She must have been thrilled. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Jennifer's here. Hope y'all are doing well. I'm sick as a dog, but aside from that, I mean, I'm happy because it's Tuesday night, so I'm hanging with you peeps. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go all the way till 11 though. Hey Jennifer, what did you think? I sent you a picture today of I don't know if I showed you guys, but the missus gave me a couple of ice cube stamps for Christmas. So they're metal with, carved or etched or whatever. And like you don't have to heat them up. You just put the metal on the ice cube and it melts. And Jennifer had sent me, you guys know those things is like a 2-part metal yuga, and you put a chunk of ice in it, and like maybe it's a mold for a round cube or a gem shaped cube or whatever. And it works exactly the same way. The metal is just, the temperature difference is enough that it takes time, right? They always show you the video sped up. Yeah, I would love to have one of those, like just a simple big honking cube shape, right? To me, I like my ice cubes to be big honking cubes, like two by two, maybe 3 by 3. I've never seen one that's 3 inches by 3 inches, but like I like one big 2 by 2 square cube. But the gadget hound in me loves those things that, you just put a honking chunk of ice there and you put this thing on and it just, but the cool thing about it is it tempers the ice cube at the same time. Like if you got a big cube, what you want to do is just sort of put it on the counter next to you while you're making the drink, because it tempers it so that you put it in your glass, you drop your liquid on it and it doesn't shatter. Like it maintains its shape. This is boring. I don't know why I'm telling you guys about this. It's just, I was riffing off of, I sent Jennifer a picture of one of my ice cubes stamped like yesterday, I think, to be all showing off about it, riffing off of what she had already shown me. Scott, how you doing? You were at the park the other day and there was an owl relaxing in a tree. So one day my fiddle player and I were walking around the reservoir in Calgary, and there were 3 big honking ravens giving an owl absolute shift. They were cawing at it. It was just sitting there, and they were all like sitting near it, hop a little closer, caw, 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 hop back, hop a little closer, caw, 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 caw. And the owl just made one hoot, and it was over. Right? It was like, "Rah, rah, 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 whoo," and they just shut up. And then one by one, they sort of flapped away. And I just thought that was like the coolest establishment of power I had seen in a long, long time. But yeah, owls are cool, man. You almost never see them, even if they're sitting there right in front of you. Like, it's crazy how often, like, they're rare no matter how you slice it, but kind of often you can walk right past one without even knowing it's there. But yeah, so Scott, I love that. I love seeing that kind of stuff. Country Boy says, I have a green space behind me, and the robins gather here in the spring. One robin would be fine. A couple of hundred. Okay, I get it. Yeah, that's like what are those called in Alberta? Those big honking. What the hell are they called? Magpies. You hear like 2 or 3 magpies arguing all day. It's like, oh God, please, please. I'm just trying to find my. Cool. During late summer, early fall, there was an eagle and her baby hanging out. That's cool too. For sure. Love it. Yeah, ice cube stamps. I did show those. Okay. Yeah. David is gonna try his hand at starting a vegetable garden this summer. What do you recommend I grow? I'll tell you what I recommend you grow. Everything. Stick the middle finger up at the grocery chains. I cannot believe the audacity of what they feel they can charge us, coming off of huge profits. The bunch of crooks. I'll be right back, guys. There we go. Destiny says, "How many hospitals are there in Montreal?" Map shows a ton. There's a ton fewer than there used to be. They closed a crap ton. They closed 12 of them in 1 year, and they built 2 sort of mega hospitals. The English one is in sort of NDG, and that's got 4 hospitals in one. Like, that's where the Royal Victoria is. That's where the Shriners Hospital. I think that's where the Cedars, the cancer center, the Cedars is. Montreal Children's. I think that's it. But yeah, there's a bunch. There's one kind of near me that is, I believe, like a geriatric hospital. It's a big city with an aging population. Yes, Scott, I would put that on a t-shirt. I would put that on a t-shirt. If I get like another 2,000 members, I'm not members, subs, I should bring back my my merch store. Yeah, exactly. Grow all the veggies and some of the fruits, maybe even. Shawnee say, "Yay, vegetable garden! I did a live stream called Garden Planting Checklist. I have a printable version on your website. Basically, you figure out how much sun is in this space where you want." For me, I have a very small space, and the sun is very complicated. What I should do is like plot out where I have sun during the course of the day. Where we do great on tomatoes, we do okay on like cucumbers and peppers, except for the squirrels. Um, but like, there's a lot of stuff that just does. The earth is too sort of clay like. So we dug half of it out this year, and we're gonna add some, probably like some black earth and then some topsoil next year, because it's terrible for vegetables like carrots, stuff like that. Forget about it. Very good for chives, onions, like green onions. Chris says, "Don't grow tomatoes. Russell will steal them." Uh, David, if you want to feel successful, try peas and beans. They will reward you. Everything else takes knowledge of the soil, climate, and plants. Yeah, peas and beans are good. A, because delicious. B, because they seem pretty easy to grow, and we get a pretty good crop. Oh, what Russell says here is very smart too. Get something that doesn't ripen all at once. Some kinds ripen over a few months. Yeah, that's a good point. Chris is going to grow cucumbers, squash, okra, tomatoes, and herbs this year. Well, I'm going to try and grow. Fair enough. Okra, really? My relationship with okra is one based on aversion. I mean, I like a nice gumbo, but I don't like dealing with the okra. Hold on a second. This is important information right here. Beans are pick once and they will flush out a second harvest. Think about the layers. Grow carrots in the ground, peppers above the ground, lettuce on the side, and flowers. And cover it all in an anti-squirrel cage. Small space gardening would be a good idea. Use square foot gardening guide, which is free on your website. Somebody post Shawnee's website so that we can all right click, open in a new tab, and download all of her knowledge. Yeah, that's the nice thing about tomatoes, man. Russell did early girl tomatoes, not as big as beefsteak, but you were picking them for months. I don't like a huge tomato. I don't like beefsteak. I don't, all those big honkers. Nope. I like, we do, I think they're Roma or Italian tomatoes, little guys, and the wee ones, the cherry tomatoes or the grape tomatoes or whatever. David has 2 plots that catch the afternoon sun. That should be pretty good then. Yeah, I was adding compost for several years. Um, Sand, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, that's true as well, the nitrogen. Yeah. Chop and drop the plant when you're done with it. Oh, look at who's here. How's it going, Jim? Howdy, about to drive home. Half hour. Did not plant anything last year. Missed the fresh veggies. Our garden let us down massively last year. Massively. I don't know why. It made me a little grumpy. Just a little grumpy. Interesting. So, Shawnee says that early girl are quick maturing variety, perfect for short season growers. They are interdeterminate, so they will keep putting on growth and fruit until the frost. So that is an excellent varietal to use. Compost is the way to go. We do kitchen scraps here because I don't have a sheep. Hey, I'm caught up. 21:46. Almost time to shut down the poll. Now, if the poll does go that I should record the drummage, it ain't going to be ready for next week, but I will try to work on it. It's an adventure recording Bowron because it's such a different drum sound than like a drum kit with like a snare and some toms and stuff. It's a much deader sound, so it's hard to make it kind of pop. Tea's a good drink. And it ain't going to keep me awake tonight, let me tell you. I am done. Done like dinner. Sorry, I accidentally touched the I call this the icing. I don't know what is that binding? But as a kid, I always called this part the icing. Jim likes the live drumming as opposed to the recorded. I just found it awkward to try and do that while I had my countdown running. And the entire reason for the countdown is to avoid people missing out on the first part of my actual talking because of the ad roll. Christy is fading fast. Well, don't stick around if you got to go to bed. I absolutely support the idea of you just going on to bed, because bed is sacred ground to me right now. I'm deeply sorry. I just did a right click on Shawnee's link and we'll open it in another window. The word I was looking for is window. Learn as you grow. Boom. Let's take a quick look. Learn as you grow. Grow every day in every way. So this is Shawnee Grows. This is a big old picture of a flower. We got an about. My mission is to educate and inspire individuals to take control of their food sources by growing their own. I believe that everyone should know where their food comes from, whether it's from their own hands, local CSA, whatever that is, or nearby farms. As a stay-at-home mother of 3 children who I homeschool, I find immense joy and fulfillment in gardening. This passion not only nurtures my family, but also helps me navigate life's challenges, enriching my body, mind, and emotions. I will tell you one thing. If I homeschooled my kids, I would have probably walked off a bridge by now. So let's see where. Guess go back home. So if we want to download your ebooks, oh, I see down here. Okay. So these are self-published books, I'm guessing. These prices are really good. I mean, unless the books are terrible, but I don't think they're going to be terrible. Can I, do you have a look inside? Yes, you do. This picture is absolutely, this looks like a thumbnail off of one of those journaling YouTubes, like the people who spend significant amounts of it. Like journaling is their hobby. You know which ones I'm talking about, right? Like, yeah, friends, I just, today I bought another traveler's journal and I set it up. It only took me 6 hours. First, I numbered the pages. I'm using, Tomoe River paper. No, in a traveler's journal, you'd use MP paper. And this special fountain pen and blah, blah, blah. And like the thumbnails always have this like amazing kind of like, I would love to sit in that room. Look to them. This looks really clean like that. But I want to see inside the book. I just want to make sure that I'm actually sharing the screen. Yes, I am. Anyways, I just wanted to show that, just to show you that I am actually going to check out the site and maybe download some info. I saw hello people there. Oh, off-grid recon in the house. How you doing? How's the weather? How's the weather treating you? Everything jumped. Shawnee says, I'm not a good web developer and it's a huge learning process. Fair enough. I designed the website for my band, which I think you guys have seen. But that's the last thing I did, and I believe that was in like 2012. Like, we haven't updated that since like back then, like in all the images and stuff, I still have hair. Community supported agriculture. Yes, okay. I've seen that before. In fact, we buy food from one of those, a local one here called Lufa. We have supported other ones in the past. Lufa is interesting because they use, I think it might be hydroponic greenhouses on top of buildings in the city of Montreal. So like the prices are pretty reasonable because they're not like there's no plot of land outside of city limits that they had to buy or anything like that. Country Boy says the truth. There's nothing better than making a meal that came from your own garden. It tastes so much better. I agree completely. Love it. Shawnee says I'll be adding t-shirts as soon as I can figure out shipping labels. It's gonna be work. You're gonna spend a lot of time dealing with shipping. Oh, I'm so tired. So ill. It's not even 10 though. I'm not getting offline just yet. That's for damn sure. Country Boy has perused Shawnee's website, YouTube and website. She knows of what she speaks. Yes, she does. Yep, she sure do. She has the knowledge. She has the power. So I don't know. 2153. Shawnee says at 10 end the poll. Yep, we're almost at 10. Should I just end it now? Like, is there going to be enough of a change in what people say between now and 10? I said 10. I said 10. Just calm down, Jess. You said 10. I could really go for some popcorn. I really shouldn't, though. I'm almost out of tea. I better slow down. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm so parched over the next hour. Shawnee say, what do you put on your popcorn? These days I just buy that like Orville Redenbacher's crap and throw it in the microwave because that's what my kids like. But if I'm making popcorn for my own self, here's what you do. You can do it in a pot, right? So you put oil in the pot, you bring it up to temperature, you throw 3 kernels in, like you throw 3 kernels in. When all 3 of them pop, you drop the heat a little bit, and then you put in like maybe up to a cup of kernels. Let them all pop up. Hope you didn't overdo it because otherwise the top will come off your pot. And then I just put like a tiny bit of butter, and I used to put salt, but I'm old and blood pressure, so I put like Mrs. Dash. It's a salt-free seasoning thing. Like there's a garlic, onion or something variety. There's whatever is their traditional, which is just a bunch of herbs, stuff like that. And I usually just put that on. I try to avoid throwing salt into my food as much as possible. If I'm not, camping and hiking and canoeing, right? You kind of need a little bit of sodium if you're out there sweating all day. But secret weapon is you can make microwave popcorn by just using your kernels, maybe throwing a little pat of butter in there or something, and a paper sandwich bag. Do you guys know like what I'm talking about? Those little paper lunch bags, they're about yay big, kind of almost the same size as a popcorn packet. And I've had great success with those. You just got to make sure you're putting in the right number of kernels, right? You don't want to overdo it because that'll get messy. Um, Destiny says popcorn and cheese, just saying. Yep, that sounds pretty good to me. Popcorn does have iron and fiber. The thing is, if you don't like, if you're not buying the Orville Redenbacher stuff like I do, or you're not smothering it in butter, and especially salted butter, popcorn isn't actually bad for you. There's not much wrong there. There's not much there at all, but um, it's just the condiments and stuff that we add to it that makes it. It's kind of the same as pizza. I'm realizing that in that like the way we make pizza at home, like we never put anything meat on it, right? It's always veggies, salsa instead of pizza sauce, and then the cheese. And yeah, okay, so there's salt and fat with cheese, but if you're not throwing pepperoni on it, stop yawning. If you're not throwing pepperoni on it, the grease factor is nowhere near as high. And I see popcorn without too much butter or caramel or whatever in the same way. The popcorn itself is not bad for you. It does, it does have, actual nutrients in it. It's still a nutritional lightweight in many ways, but you know what I'm saying. It's all the crap we throw on it that makes it an issue. Holy crap! Off-Grid's going to be a grandpa this year. That's cool. When? What part of the year? I really hope it's not going to be between Christmas and New Year's because we did that, and that has really complicated our holiday season for the rest of our lives. Sold on the kid, not sold on the timing. Cheddar cheese popcorn. You can get that though. I mean, it's not real cheese. It's sort of this cheesy powder thing. Blech, but still, whatever. So I'm just saying. That's all I'm doing is I'm just saying. Also, sorry. Hi. Hi, Steve. That's the part I forgot. I was like riffing on the popcorn. I forgot to say hi to the person who left the message. I'm just sort of say hi. Da, da, da. David understands that squirrels like popcorn. They really do, actually. So maybe I should just feed them the Orville Redenbacher and watch their arteries atrophy. Destiny says, "Don't ever buy the popcorn toppers out there. There's one that smells and tastes like toe jam." Ugh. We have a couple of them. I wouldn't. I see no reason to buy them, but my wife did. I guess curiosity killed the cat, or whatever. But yeah, toe jam, grody. Yeah, I have no idea what the yawn count is. I'm not feeling well today, so I'm looking forward to bed. I'm looking forward to bed. I don't think it's that high, country boy. Oh, right. A lot of carbs. Truth. Oh, nice. April. April's not a bad time to be born. It ain't as good as May, but still. Oh, that's great news. I like that. That's really cool, Off-Grid. Congrats. Oh, Destiny got an ad at 10 o'clock in the PM. Somebody tell me when the ads are over, because I want to mention something. or answer a comment or some damn thing. While you guys are watching an ad, oh, the SAQ site is temporarily down. I want to show you something, but look at this. Oh, this is amazing. Cuvée éphémère, Château du Site, inaccessible. That's fabulous. So, I was gonna check on that bourbon, and it said translation available up there. There is English on the site. Google, you fool. Well, I guess I'm not checking on that tonight. Poll, yes. Stop the poll. End poll. Boom. Show me poll. Okay, so should just record drumming for the intro. Oh my snap! How am I going to read that? 84% of you said yes. 15% said no. So maybe I'll record it, but only play it every second week or every third. Hold on. There you go. I've heard good things from a second cousin about purple popcorn. Not sure about the difference. Purple people eater. Here's an interesting question. Mark asked Shawnee, what's the best popcorn to grow specifically for popcorn? There is actually a specific popcorn crop. Not sure what Russell was trying to say here. Shawnee says, Mark, you can buy popcorn from the Amish and plant that. You can even grow Orville brand popcorn. Most seed companies sell popcorn seeds. Just know it will cross with the sweet and flint corn. I do not have enough room to grow corn, so to me, it's a non-starter. Absolutely. Sorry, everything just sort of froze in the side chat there. Okay, it's good now. Within a certain amount of miles, if tasseling at the same time. I'm trying to see what we're talking about, but I'm not seeing it. I ain't seeing it. What's up with you, SAQ? Why are you down? Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta be so rude? Shawnee saith. Wait, why did Destiny just say Weblord? Is Weblord here? I didn't see Weblord's name pop up. I don't see Weblord's name. I don't know what you're talking about, Destiny. I don't know what you're talking about, Destiny. Again to Mark. So if you have a local seed co-op, go there and look for popcorn. It'll be white or yellow. Grace says a lot of popcorn. Come on, fool. There we go. Grace says a lot of popcorn is grown here in Indiana, including Orville's. Orville's must have, at this point, like, what am I looking for? Like a patent? Like if they've got their own kind of branded seeds. They must have a patent or some kind of protection on it. I know that there was a farmer in Saskatchewan who got in a lot of trouble and a lawsuit with Monsanto because wind blew their seeds into his yard. First of all, contaminating his crop, and B, Monsanto went after him for growing their seeds, even though it wasn't his fault. It was the wind. David says, "Good night, all. I'm going to bed." I would absolutely support you in that. Hold on. There we go. Any updates on the Weblord's off-grid 125-year-old cabin and land, or is it the Web dude? No updates lately. He did send me a picture though, and I think, oh, he put the same picture on Discord. I think it does look lovely. Absolutely. Christy is also going to be going to bed pretty soon. Nicely making me yawn because you guys are making me yawn. I wouldn't be yawning otherwise, right? Everything jumped, so I'm just trying to catch up with where I was. Oh, I'm caught up actually. Everyone's just sort of saying goodnight to David. But yeah, I was gonna take a look at that Derringer, but nope. Arrêt temporaire de SAQ.com. Temporary interruption of SAQ.com. Sorry, the site is temporarily offline. We apologize for any inconvenience that this may cause. It's okay. I'll just spend my money in Alberta. Wait. Christy says, first of all, it's still here, which is fabulous. But drinking your dream hot cocoa. What? Okay, so what's your dream hot cocoa? Like, is that as simple as just way too much chocolate? Or do you like it whipped? Like, what's your dream hot chocolate? I didn't say I was bailing, country boy. You bottled down that Woodford, eh? I do like that Woodford. I think I'm out of the Woodford. I did buy one recently, and I think it was the rye. I don't remember what it was, but I'm not going upstairs to look because, Shai says, I wonder what they're, come on, fool. I wonder what they're, what? Okay, hold on. I am drinking my dream hot cocoa. Just bottled down my Woodford, and you guys are bailing. I'm not bailing. Then Shawnee says, I wonder what they're doing to it. Oh, you're talking about the I am completely lost. Wonder what they're doing to it. What was I talking about? I have no idea what I was talking about. I'm glitching here, guys. Sorry. Christy says it's really good and helps sleep. Okay, so when you say dream, you don't mean like this is the hot chocolate I have always wanted. This is my dream hot chocolate. You mean like the hot chocolate you drink that helps you sleep well and go into like deep sleep and dream a little dream. Oh, that website. Yes, I have no idea. That is probably down for some sort of maintenance. Maybe they're upping their, maybe they're just sprucing the place up a little bit. Okay, so I was at the SAQ this week buying a bottle of rum because I was going to make DIY falernum. So I'm paying for my stuff, and I look behind the cash, and there's a bunch of local products there. I say, "Oh, what's that?" There's something called Cherry River. And he says, "Oh, it's a cherry liqueur." So I'm like, "All right, I'll try it." It is not a cherry liqueur. Cherry River is the brand name. What I bought was a damn triple sec. I have orange liqueurs. I have triple sec. I thought it was gonna be like a cherry hearing or something. And it was like, I can work out a cocktail with that. I mean, a couple of us here know that I've already done like a tart cherry or a sour cherry, whatever it is, old fashioned. Wonder what I can make with that, and then we would have like something just to discuss. You know, check out this cherry cocktail that Jesse made based off of conversations with you guys. But no, just another kind of triple sec. Uh, Oh, nice. Country Boy's not disliking the Woodford. It's just different from what you do like. Yeah. Look, it's it's the same as a lot of people love Knob Creek, but I just can't do it. Now that there's an age statement on it, it's like 9 year, maybe I'll give it a try. That might like the extra time in the cask might tone it down or it might jump it all the way up. But a lot of people love that Knob Creek and I just cannot do it. And I bought a couple of bottles trying to sort of force myself to like it, but I just nope, I don't get along with it. Yeah, I don't know either. Maybe it's a redesign or something, but it's weird because you should do all that stuff on a dev system, and then once everything's been tested and finalized, that's when you put it on your live system. So why is it showing up like this? But anyway, um, change it. I'm just trying to catch up. Beam hot cocoa. So is that like hot cocoa with Jim Beam in it then? Shawnee thinks the same thing. You put booze in the hot cocoa. I knew someone that always put marshmallow vodka in theirs. Marshmallow vodka. Okay. I'm not sure if I'd like marshmallow vodka, but that would be a good context for it. Oh, they're taking stuff off the shelf. Probably that's why you're buying at your local. You think because we're so close to February 1st that because here's the thing, like Ontario specifically said they were going to pull um, U.S. alcohol. But I don't know if the whole country has. I mean, can you imagine trying to get three provinces to agree on something on like an alcohol policy of any kind? Right? They're only now because of pressure from Washington. They're only now starting to drop the interprovincial trade barriers. Right? It's just it would seem very proactive for a government organization like the SAQ um, to do that. Um, Christy says it's expensive AF, but it really does work if you do it monthly. It's not as expensive, but I had to try it once. Is she talking about booze and the hot cocoa? Christy loves Knob Creek. A lot of people do. It's a very popular. I've seen it. I've seen all kinds of people online call it one of their favorites, and I gotta buy another bottle. Like now that there's a 9 year age statement on it, that tells me that they've got enough older booze to make a 9 year um, practical. So maybe I'll pick up one and give it a try. Yeah, Russell's like marshmallow vodka. Gimme. Country Boy has not tried Knob Creek. If I can find the aged one, I'll give it a try. Yeah, maybe. The nice thing about bourbon is that so often it's not the same kind of expensive mistake that like buying a bottle of Ardbeg 10 and then realizing I don't like peated whiskey. That's $100 mistake, right? Like trying a bourbon that you're interested in and like meh, that's usually like a $50 to $60 mistake. It's a big difference there. Sorry, I forgot to actually put that on screen. I also like the double oaked, Christy. I'm with you. I think the Woodford double oaked is great. If you're not someone like if you're someone who likes whiskey, no, who likes bourbon for sort of the sweet caramelly notes and everything, a double oaked is going to give you a lot more oak than you might want. But for me, I love that. So, you know, um, oh, Country Boy says that BC is on board for a full retaliation. I wonder if we are. Like, I wonder if that's why I can't get onto the SAQ site right now. The nice thing is that trade wars tend to be kind of brief because everybody loses. Country Boy does not like the heavy oak. Yeah, I don't think you. It's got to be that sort of over woody element that you're not liking for sure. Christy's been into bourbons lately. I have as well. You can do a lot more with bourbons in terms of cocktails and stuff than you can with like a peated scotch or something like that. For sure. And I'm caught up again, which is great, he said. And then something Country Boy is telling Christy to try that Derringer if she likes. Geez, you guys, I wonder if that's what it is. Like, I wonder if the SAQ is just they're taking like wait for the trade war, right? Give us a chance to buy the stuff. It can't be that. It can't be that. There's no way they would jump the gun like that because it's not finalized that there's even going to be tariffs, right? At least not with us. There's going to be tariffs with someone. I have finished the tea. I'm turning off my cup warming thing, whatever it's called, because I do not want to start a fire. Oof, I'm fading fast here, peoples. My throat's dry. My throat's as dry as my sense of humor. Oh no, YouTube just crashed for Shawnee. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that for sure. Do I have anything interesting to show you guys this week? No, I don't. I just don't. Russell says that for him, YouTube crashed about 30 minutes ago. I had to close that browser tab. It was weird. What is up with tech? I just don't get it. Like, what the hell is going on with tech? Speaking of what the hell's going on with tech, I think this Chinese AI thing, like blowing the stuffing out of all these tech bros, like the day after they made their big multi-gazillion dollar announcement is hilarious. Almost as hilarious, or rather, when I read into it and realized that that the DeepSeek actually released before they made their announcement is even better because it means they knew all these tech bros getting together. Big gigafactory, we're gonna blah blah blah. It's gonna cost so much money, and they knew that there was this lower priced Chinese version out there. And I anything that makes tech bros eat a bag of dicks equals a good day. I love watching the 1%ers get a kick in the narcs. You don't think governments jump the gun? I think governments move too slowly to jump the gun very much. I think governments are the last ones to move. Sal says, oh, sorry I haven't been too active. I was eating earlier and the girlfriend got home and talked about another long day. On that note, I'm off. Good night, all. Good night, Serge. Everyone say good night to Serge. Good night, Serge. Susie Q, why don't you change the live to 8 to 10? Because I'm trapped. I'm putting the kids to bed earlier than 8:30. Like, as often as is practical, I come down here to start setting up at 8:30, which is why sometimes like I get this thing set up and scheduled like 5 minutes before I go on, because I come down here, I'm like, "Ooh, let's set up." If like when I come on and say, "I had this planned, but, but I didn't have time to set up," it's because maybe I fell asleep putting the squeak to bed, or, she wanted more stories, or something happened that I'm running down here, like, last minute. So, changing it 8 to 10 would be a non-starter, although I would love to go to bed an hour earlier. Yeah, what is up with tech? We should just throw it all out. I'm in the middle of throwing out a lot of not throwing out tech like computers, but, I am in the middle of changing my social media footprint completely, and it is awfully hard to do. Really? YouTube crashed twice for you? God, YouTube, are you okay? It does seem weird though. Like, no shift. It really does seem weird. Ah, we are back in business. So, you want to see? Is that going to be political? Yeah, I won't do it. Rabbit hole. Scotch, a whiskey, fudge. Are you kidding me? Come on, fool. Yeah, I would say there's something weird happening here. Ooh, you say un cognac puissant et audacieux, an audacious, audacious? No, audacieux, audacious and powerful cognac. Nope, can't even buy it. Can't even give you guys money. Oh well. Here I was thinking that I was about to be allowed to spend my money at their establishment, but no, no, it ain't happening. What the hell? Boutique IP? I wonder what that is. Anyway, whatever. I'm not gonna waste any more time on this because it ain't working. It just ain't working. YouTube is crashing. The SAQ.com is crashing. Everything's crashing. The whole world is crashing down around us. People, the whole world. Just gonna take that off the stream. Excuse me. That's irritating. I wanted to check out that whiskey like immediately, like right now. Don't make me wait. Don't make me wait. I don't like to wait. Wait for that which I want. What? Come on, man. 21st century is all about the immediate fulfillment of desires. I just had, you know what? I'm going to reload my YouTube page. $25 thumbs ups and 14 people watching. That's really weird. It's not really that weird. Numbers are just a construct anyway. Okay. Mark, out. All right. Mark is out due to an early meeting tomorrow. Good night, Mark. I had an early ass meeting on Friday, and I will tell you guys, I don't like having a meeting before 10 in the morning. Like, but there was no choice. I used to have these really early meetings. I still do sometimes because I'm dealing with a department of ours that's in like Orléans in France, or there's someone who I interact with sometimes, and she's in the Vienna office, which means if you have questions, you got to make sure you get the questions to them by like 10 or 11 in the morning, because chances are by the time you're on lunch, they're gone for the day. So a lot of early ass meetings. Shawnee, so is this the last year of serving on the school board? I don't know. It would be good. Although this year successfully got the meeting nights changed from Tuesdays to Mondays, and I call that a win. Is this the year you buy a second vehicle? Hell no. No way. Man, cars are so expensive, and a year when we're not about to spend 12-ish grand on my daughter's teeth, maybe. Um uh Russell says, "Where did I say I wanted to go winter camping?" Hell, I have no idea. I was just gonna show up on your porch with all my stuff and say, "I'm setting up somewhere." Just kidding. I don't know where I would go. Um, like, if I had wheels, like, I might just go and show up, um, you know, uh, Mike Morton's place, maybe. I've never like, I was in his area at one point several years ago, but I never actually got to meet him. But he's a big winter camper, so he might be a good guy to go with. Uh, yeah, expensive. Yes, cars are expensive. Orthodontics are expensive. Um, it's crazy. Jim forgot to thumbs up, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that you fixed that now, right? Where was I? Sean asked, "What band travel gigs are in the books?" Okay, so we're doing our usual festival slash mini Alberta tour in August. Um, we're doing a house concert in Red Deer or something in May. That's a big deal because that means that they're not only paying us to play, but they're also essentially paying us enough for airplane tickets. So that's really good. Um, I think that's it. We have gotten a lot of really bogus freaking offers, like, "Come play for us for exposure." And we're like, "We've been doing this 21 years. We'll take money instead of exposure," you know? Like, it seems that a lot of people are just expecting bands to accept that or to do the whole, pay to play thing. A lot of the bars in this town, use the pay to play model, right? Where the band goes in and sets up, and they put one of their people by the door to collect, like, the door, the whatever it's called, to pay at the door. There's a word I'm looking for that is escaping me. But then, like, the bar takes a cut, or in the circuit I play in, which is Irish pubs, we get paid a certain amount per man per night. We get 2 free drinks, provided it's not like a $21 dram of whiskey. Like, you can have a beer or like Jameson kind of thing. And like there's none of this sort of pay to play thing. And so but I feel bad for, young like electric blues bands or young metal bands that are trying to build a following, and these pay to play setups, you still have to pay even if you only get like 4 people come in the door. So these bands just they're not being given a chance to step to build from something, you know? I don't know why I started talking about this. It was just I'm just riffing off of what band travel gigs are in the books. Thank you, Scott. Cover chart. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. Um Geez, YouTube crashed for Country Boy as well? It hasn't crashed for me. Who decides when your band will do new tunes and how do you practice? So, okay, if we accept a wedding gig contract, we include 2 new songs as part of the package. So they'll tell us what they want us to play, and we will learn those 2 songs. 2 or 3? I think it's 2. Um, we've learned a lot of songs that we're never gonna play again though, right? Because, "Oh, we love this song." It's like, "This is a Disney song." Um, but we've learned some really great songs that way as well. I'm not complaining. Um, we like to add some new stuff, like, every time St. Patrick's is coming around or the August gigs, we like to sort of have at least 1 or 2 new songs. Um, and sometimes one of us will just bring something to the table. And as to the way we practice, we don't. We don't we rarely jam, like, when we're there, for the Alberta gigs, we'll jam a couple of nights, but, like, what happens is, you know, we're learning this song, so we all listen to it in the same key, and we go on stage and we do it, and hope to hell that we click, and we almost always do. Or sometimes, if there's time, David, our guitarist, will record his part and send it to us to add our parts to, so that we're not surprised when it's go time kind of thing, but we don't there's we can't. I mean, right now, my fiddle player's in Dubai, you know? We the way life has taken some of us to other places makes it impossible for us to maintain, a healthy practice schedule or a jam schedule together. More time to camp, yeah, I'd love it. Don't take bogus offers, nope. Who picks the set list? So we don't really have a set list. What we do is, you know, while we're playing one song, one will also say, "You wanna do this next?" Or, like, you know, David usually, will say, "Okay, we're gonna do this, this, and that," and then we'll decide after those 3. And it's always gonna be, like, something Celtic-y, something, maybe a Johnny Cash or something, and then a fiddle tune. And then during the fiddle tune, we have time to, like, "Okay, so what's next?" Like, we have our song list, and we do it on the fly. We virtually never have an actual, like, set list. Sometimes for weddings or corporate gigs, we'll have a specific set list, though. Yeah, no, in the circuit that we play, you never see a pitcher of beer. It just doesn't come in pitchers. It's pints or half pints. Um, Country Boy says, "Dude, I'm gonna move heaven and earth to make it to Abraham Lake this year. Bring a case of bourbons that if that gets me behind the scenes." Um, it'll get you into into our rooms where we're doing the jamming. Um, But yeah, it's, the Alberta gig, it's called the East Coast Kitchen Party, I think. Hold on, let me take a look. I'm not gonna hold you to it. Yeah, it's the East Coast Kitchen Party at the David Thompson Resort. I shall now drop this in the side just in case anyone wants to know what it is we do every year. Is it gonna let me paste, though? Somebody tell me if that's actually showing up. It would be cool to meet, though, at some point, for sure, for sure. Um, Hold on. It looks like uh hold on. Russell says, "That's like the Blues Brothers. They got paid 200 bucks for the gig, but drank 300 bucks worth of beer." Yeah, exactly. Scott says, "Have I ever heard of Summerfest?" Yes, but I don't know much about it. It's just because I saw something like on a TikTok or something at some point. Where is Summerfest? Oh, Christy's out. Going to bed. Love y'all. We love you too, Christy. Have a good sleep. And I will probably speak to you at some point on the Discord. Country Boy says, "Sounds like my life." He's talking to. I think he's talking about this. I love the Blues Brothers. That's a great movie. We're on a mission from God. Um, so you would like to, so you would like to change the business of bands playing in a bar. Well, for us, it doesn't work that way. So, I mean, it's hard to justify, getting all into it. But I mean, bar owners want to make money, and they see the bands as a way of doing that, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why they do it that way. I would not. If I had a bar, so here's what I would love to have. But I would need to be financially independent because you can really do yourself some damage trying to open a bar, especially in this town. I would love to have a little cocktail bar. Um, and when I say little, I mean like 2 tables and maybe 6 benches, those things that you sit on at a bar, stools, like maybe 6 stools, 2 tables, 6 stools. No food, like snack, like little snack things, I'll put well, I'd say I'd put a bowl of olives there, but no, because I'm allergic to olives. You know, little things like a thing of peanuts or maybe some very small snacks, um, jalapeno poppers or something. I don't know. I didn't really think it's a cocktail bar though. I'd have like 2 fancy European beers and like a Budweiser on tap. That's it. Very Epicurean cocktail options, right? Like it's not one of those places where you walk in and we'll do anything. Here's your cocktail list, and it's for 40 or 50 drinks long. No, no, I'm gonna have like an old fashioned, the paper plane, the classics, and like one kind of funky thing. Um, I don't know why I got on this. Oh, because I said, look, if I had a bar, I would not charge the bands to play. And then you reminded me that I would love to have a tiny cocktail bar, like tiny but class, right? Maybe a copper topped bar or wooden top bar. Hurley's has the copper top bar. Copper, bronze. I think it's copper. Uh, you know, quiet music in the background, some killer cocktails. And I wouldn't be open until 3 the way that all these bars are. I'd be open like 9 to midnight kinda thing. And the cocktail menu would change by the week. I am never gonna do it. It's a great little idea. Um, you know. Christy, it's only 8:30 there. No, she gone. She gone. Yeah, but she's been tired, so, you know. You wanna hear me sing "Let It Snow"? Not gonna happen. I do backup. I don't like doing, lead singing at all. Yeah, on the fly. Here's the thing, Shawnee, we've been playing together long enough that we know what each other are gonna do, even if it's our first time playing a song together, you know? That's so many things don't bug me, but even, like, 10 years ago really threw me. Like, last weekend, or not last weekend, but the last gigging weekend, I walked in that bar having no idea, um, who the fiddler was gonna be that we were playing with. No idea. I was thrilled when I saw who it was. Um, that's the kind of thing that would have had me absolutely terrified historically, but you know what? I just roll with it. I just roll with it. You know, everyone's saying goodnight to Christy. Did you guys hear that? Yeah, we play that one, Destiny. We do, and it goes over really well. That link works. Okay, good. So, I mean, just to show you guys like where we do this playing. And in fact, let me share that screen. Oh, Country Boy actually tried last year, but Live got. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna judge you if you can't show up. I mean, I'm not trying to advertise, but I just want to show you guys where is that working? Is the sharing working? There you go. So This picture here is of so the bands we have our slot during the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but on Friday and Saturday nights after all the bands are done on the main stage, this is like an outdoor kind of pub where we're obligated to go and play pretty much until 3 a.m. Um, I kind of get the feeling that this picture is supposed to cycle, but it's a good time because each band will probably play a few songs and then very, very quickly it'll mix up that, guitarist from X band, bass player from Y band, and like Baron player from band Z will all be playing together. So yeah, that's the pub night. Okay, that's a beverage. That's one of the signs on the main stage. Okay, so this is 4 members of the Darina Harvey Band, which is one of my favorite bands of all time because Darina is fabulous and so friendly. And these guys, they got the Newfoundland down to earthiness. This guy here is Scott, who you guys may have seen on my whiskey channel a couple of times. Every time I go to Alberta, we do a video together where we open a bottle. This here is David, my guitarist and lead singer. And this is a bunch of other people. There's a guy in a kilt. He likes to play the bagpipes for one song every year. This is they do a steak and or lobster dinner on the Saturday every year in this big old Quonset hutty kind of tent. And they don't have a whole lot of pictures. That's ridiculous. Anyways, it's usually like half a dozen bands. It's a great time. I love doing it. Yeah, this year's link, this year's site isn't ready yet. They only sent us the contract like yesterday, so yeah, it's not surprising that that's last year's info on there. Exactly, they don't have 2025 up yet at all. No, that's a great idea, Russell. A Blues Brothers watch party. That's a fabulous idea. I would almost sacrifice a live stream for that. Oh, it's in Milwaukee, Scott. Okay, on the lakefront. Is it like all kinds of music, or is it mostly like a rock or blues festival? I'm getting the feeling if it's the world's largest, it's probably all kinds of music. I do love a music festival. I think it's really hard to have a bad time at a music festival. Shawnee saith, cocktail bar with a set menu of 6 options that rotate each month. Pretzels and peanuts garnish on the cocktail. Yeah, pretzels, peanuts, maybe grapes. 40 to 50. I don't know what I'm talking about there. Russell, that's actually, yeah, an oak bar that's been stained 50 times. That'd be really nice. Well, I don't know if it would be bands, but like there might be a tiny stage where like, a guitarist or, singer songwriter thing can be there because I'm talking tiny, and you got to be able to afford your talent, right? Destiny says, call it Justice Place or Where the Piccolo Pickles. I wouldn't be able to get away with that in Quebec. It has to be a French name. Oh, stained 50 times with what? With the blood of my enemies. So what the hell do you think? Yeah, I do like a nice pickle, Shawnee. That's true. Never say never. Absolutely. I agree. Maybe one day we'll have a bourbon together, buddy. Russell says, I know what you're saying, but no, stained with clear gloss stain, sanded lightly between coats. Little varnish action. No, it's not mice. We have one of those lazy boy things. I realized after the fact that my mother-in-law is here, and I think I was closing the lazy boy. It makes this awful clicking, sort of crashing sound when it does. No, there was no fart. It was the oh, YouTube crashed again, Destiny. What the hell is up with that? Stained with spilled alcohol. Oh yeah, Jim. I also love that when there's like when it looks almost like a clear epoxy on top of it, and you kind of like you can see depth there. I love that as well. Absolutely. As Russell says, yeah, it's almost epoxy at that point. The um synchronicity between me and Russell tonight is chilling. I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on getting well for sure because I do not like feeling the way I do. um, Good night, Jennifer. Sleep well. Okay, I thought Destiny was saying good night as well. I was like, what? Country Boy says, why is it called the East Coast Kitchen Party when it's in Alberta? Because there are a lot of Newfoundlanders in Alberta, and it's all Newfoundland sort of Celtic bands. I believe we're the band that comes from the farthest, coming from Quebec. Because yeah, Newfoundlanders come from further generally, but they all live in Alberta or BC or like Saskatchewan, mostly in Alberta. Like there's a lot of oil people there. I don't mean the execs, I mean the workers. Or there's one dude who's a Mountie, and there's a couple, so that, but it's East Coast music, right? It's not Irish Celtic or Scottish Celtic necessarily. It's East Coast Celtic. It's Canadian Maritime Celtic music. Um, I was going somewhere with this. Oh yeah, that's why it's called the East Coast Kitchen Party, because it's all East Coast musics. Like there's no country bands or anything. It sure is. It's mighty fun. It's exciting because we get to pal around with some bands that are much bigger than us, but who deal with us as equals because we've been playing this scene with them for a long time. It's great. Oh, okay. Destiny's out before our YouTube crashes again. Bonsoir tout le monde. I will catch you the rest of this live tomorrow. Bisous. Good night. And there ain't going to be much of it left because I can't believe I'm still online at 12 minutes to 11, because I was like, I'm going to make it a half hour and I'm going to crash. But yeah, no way. How many people are still kicking back with me here? Let me go take a look at the YouTube page. Let me go and reload the YouTube page because, of course, the tech is letting us down. There's still 13 of you kicking with me. What the hell? Thanks, guys. With my scratchy little voice and everything. Yeah, all types of music. Yeah, I love that kind of thing. Love it. Scott says, for the Harley Davidson party this year, it's going to be Chris Stapleton and Hank Williams Jr. Hank Williams Jr., really? There's a little legendary name for you. Russell says, your cocktail bar is like those little Japanese street vendors that roll out a cart and some magic happens and a restaurant appears. Yeah. Yeah. Country wants to go to a small piano bar with Nora Jones on the keys. That would be so surreal. You walk into this tiny cocktail bar, you're like, is no. That'd be amazing. I would not do karaoke in my what? Jesseoke is what you should call it. Nope. All right, Jim. As Russell says, pea soup. As I say, well, sleep well. See you next time. Wow, 16 different stages is a big festival for sure. Yep. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Tell you what, we're at 10 to 11, but I'm starting to really fade on you guys. So maybe we'll shut her down here. And I just hope that I'm feeling better by next week and back in business. And maybe I got to talk to Marcus about doing a lantern episode. And And maybe I'll just buy another lantern to add to the pile. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna shut her down. Oh wait, hold on. When was the last time you were seriously embarrassed on stage because of a music ability fail? Oh, happens all the time. Happens all the time. Sometimes it's because somebody requests something that David knows, and I just don't. It's like, oh, and I just fight my way through it, and I hit the wrong notes all the time, and like, but I don't care. I mean, I don't care because I don't care about the audience or anything. No, no, it's I don't care because it's not going to be the defining moment of the gig. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh well, and we'll just pick up, and the next song will be great, and no one's gonna remember that I couldn't figure out a song. It doesn't happen very often, but you know, um, there's been some weird like we've seen some weird stuff. There are bars that I will not agree to play at anymore. There's one little bar in NDG, uh, which is I'm not going to name it or anything, but there's a bar that I will never play at again. Like we were playing, and first of all, they treated us like hell. And while we're playing, I'm standing on stage and I'm playing, and like about 2 feet from the headstock of my bass, the bar manager is getting into fisticuffs with a patron over like a drug deal or something. I'm just like, if you guys break my bass, I am gonna go ballistic. I mean, but that's not really embarrassing. I think I hate Cornwall, Ontario, because of one of both of our all-time worst gigs happened the same weekend. That one I just told you about with the fight, and there was a bar in Cornwall called Einstein's. Um, and this was like a St. Patrick's weekend, and we were, both these gigs happened the same weekend, and I was like, wow. But we were working hard. Okay, what to we were working hard to connect, and it just wasn't happening. And at one point during a mandolin solo, a drunken young girl walked up to Peter and said, "Look, you guys are good and everything, but can you just stop?" And it's like, man, I don't know. So it was unpleasant. We were working it, and they just weren't connecting, and there was no, like, you really do depend on a good audience to feel good about your night and to keep your own energy up, and it just didn't happen. And so finally we finish, and we start to pack up, and some kid walks up to the DJ booth and says, "What up, Cornwall?" and threw on something like some heavy dance beat, and the whole place just erupted. And so we looked at each other and like, ah. And what we hadn't known was that this bar is a two-layer bar, and the Irish bar was upstairs, but was being renovated. So they moved us to the dance bar. Um, and that night was so awful that I do not willingly go to Cornwall, Ontario. Though the bar has closed, which warmed the cockles of my blackened little heart. But yeah. Um, yeah, no one listens to the bass line anyway. So the bass is the one that everyone shakes their ass to, but that nobody knows is there, right? Like everyone just thinks you're another guitar player. Um, we've been flashed by so many people, both beautiful and less so, like a lot. Um, Country Boy says it's cheesy, but I love Billy Joel. Piano Man, I love storytellers. We play that. We call it Fiddle Guy because we have a fiddle and we do not have a piano. Goes over well. Shine's listening. She loves the stories. Yeah, I also like stories. Effing cornhole. I mean, I haven't heard that. But yeah, I hate that plan. Got to get that band camera running. Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. Crumbs, we're almost at 11. So like I was like, oh, it's 10 minutes early and I'm just gonna go to bed. And now you guys got me talking about stuff. Country Boys is black and dark. We are brothers. Yep, I know it. Ah. Yeah, I could regale you guys with weird band stories all night. We should have started that conversation an hour ago. Russell loves hearing band stories. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should make that like the theme of one of my Tuesday nights, like band stories. I'd have to sort of remember more than I do, though. It's a crazy, like, some of the bands we hang around with in Alberta, like their lives are touring, and they get some crazy stories. Much, much, much. Yeah, Russell says, just like we have cabin pictures tonight, we should have band stories night. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, Shawnee likes that idea as well. Okay. All right. I am really gonna fall asleep on you guys though. So I'm gonna shut her down here. So everybody bisous as Destiny says. And as I say, between now and next week, everybody please be sane, be safe, be healthy, and be kind to one another. Good night.